Hello, everyone. We're here today with the Jeff Glover on the Sales Beast podcast, and we're super excited to be chatting with him today. So, Jeff, just to get started, why don't you give us a brief intro on who you are, where you're at, and just tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, sure. Jeff Glover from Detroit, Michigan, and I've been selling real estate now for 18 years now, and this is basically all I know. Out of high school, I got right into real estate, and I'm still on the ground selling between 80 and 120 homes a year. Over the last decade, I've averaged over 100 sales a year myself personally. Our team does around 900 to 1,000 transactions a year, and we've done so for the past 5 or 6 years. I've held a bunch of different positions in this great industry. Everything from obviously a real estate salesperson to running real estate offices to training to recruiting to coaching and training, or running a coaching and training organization. And again, my passion is selling real estate, so that's where I spend a lot of my time. In fact, I've got 2 appointments later this evening, so it's important to stay sharp.
5 or 6 years ago, you were a very different person in the way you conducted your business. Your business looked way different.
Mm-hmm.
For us, you shared that with us, and we implemented a lot of your strategies. Who was Jeff 5 years ago, and what makes the Jeff we're sitting in front of today different?
Well, a couple things. Number one, we were very heavy prospecting based. We were very good at putting people in the funnel. If you followed anything that I've been saying over the last 4 or 5 years since I've learned better, there's 2 jobs of a real estate agent, right? Job number one, we all are walking around with this big funnel in front of us. And our first job is to put people in the funnel, whether it be through prospecting, lead follow-up, database, advertising, buying leads, whatever, cold calling, whatever you got to do to put people in the funnel. The second part of our job is to take care of them once they're in there. And for years and years, we were known for, and we really hit a home run with putting people in the funnel. But it wasn't until about 4 or 5 years ago that we said, we're missing the boat on taking care of the people that are in our funnel. We're missing the boat on adding value to that group. And, we weren't getting as much repeat and referral business as we should have been, given the amount of units we were doing. We were doing over 1,000 units, and less than 15% or 20% of that was repeat and referral. 80% of our business was new business every year. And so we had to recreate our customer experience and improve our customer service, and also put into place essentially a database formula to add value to the people that are in our database, so we could get repeat and referral business from them. And I'm proud to say, Mike, over the last 5 years, database business is now our number 1 source of business, versus it was like number 7 5 years ago. And just over 400 transactions a year today come from our database, when it was less than 100 5 years ago.
Are you comfortable sharing the details of your plan?
Yeah, sure. No, not at all. Yeah. So we follow a pretty simple formula. In fact, a lot of people are like, when I'm sharing this with audiences, you can see everyone grabs their pen, like turns to a clean sheet of paper. Ooh, I want to know, what did he do to go from 100 to 400 in 4 or 5 years? And it's actually not like, rocket science. It's not anything that's like, oh my God, that's the first time I've ever heard that. But it's a formula that we've been following for now 5 years, and it works. So sure, I call it the 4 by 2 by 1 by 12 formula. And that's just because that's what it entails, which you'll see in a second. So it's 4 pieces of physical mail that you would send out to somebody in your database that they would receive, like getting a letter in the mail. It is 2 value-added phone calls. 2 value-added phone calls. So that's what the 2 stands for. The 1 stands for 1 big client event. And I'll put an asterisk next to that right now, because obviously we're doing a lot of those virtually. So we can't have just 1 big massive event. We're doing a lot of different virtual events. And then the 12 stands for 12 infotaining emails, 12 informational and entertaining emails. And that's the 4 by 2 by 1 by 12. We do that in 1 year. So a 12-month period.